Good afternoon. This is Eric LeClaire at Push Press, and I am impressed and happy to have JB Fitz from CrossFit Crown City in Pasadena, California, a neighbor of ours, joining us for the third installment of In the Trenches, a portrait of leadership in a time of crisis. And what part of the selection criteria, at least for me and the staff at Push Press, and looking at the different gym owners that we talk to, is in the character of the owner and really the community and culture that they develop and build. And I have been watching from afar who you were before Crown City, who you became in the old Crown City, and what you've done with the new Crown City. So for those that don't know you, let's dig in a little bit on your past.
No, for sure. Thanks for having me, Eric. Thanks for the invite. Obviously flattered to be here, flattered to accept it. So very cool, man. Thank you. Yep. My background, probably a lot of your guests are going to have owned gyms a lot longer than me. I'm a 4-year affiliate owner. So it's not a long time. You know, how long were you an affiliate?
14 years.
14 years. So you're sitting here with a guy who owned one for 4 years. So it's a little.
You've impressed upon a lot of folks that in 4 years.
My background is in fine art. Like I've got a undergraduate, graduate degrees as a fine artist. That was how I made my living. Really strange background to come from that into CrossFit. But I was a member of a gym. I began coaching at the gym. Eventually that owner wanted out. The gym was faltering, and I took that gym over. I had no experience owning a business. I had no experience basically even paying my own bills.
Wow.
I married a really smart woman that kind of always kept me in line, but I lived day to day, week to week, month to month. So I had no business owning a gym, business whatsoever, but no one talked me out of it.
So then immediately did you recognize you're like, I need help, or I need a mentor, or how did you do it?
I think I've always been really good at recognizing what I don't know.
Okay.
You know, maybe I could do a better job of giving myself credit for things I do know at times, but I understand what I don't know, and I understand when I need help. I reached out for mentorship instantaneously, brought in a coach to work with me one-on-one. And I've always had a coach. I have coaches today, multiple coaches that I work with now. I mean, I just signed up for continuing education in Harvard business online classes. Like I've reached out when I need to reach out.
Outstanding. And feel free today. You're more than welcome to plug any service that you have found value in. If you feel comfortable, you're more than welcome to.
Sure.
So what was Crown City, and then what have you grown it to today?
When I took over Crown City, I mean, it was a great gym, but it was just, it was going one or two directions at that time. It was probably either just going to, it was going one direction. It was going to close probably.
Right.
It was kind of maybe on death's doorstep at the time. So I purchased the gym in 2016 this month. So we've been 4 years now. We've grown by, revenue's probably doubled. Membership has doubled. We had a huge space. You went to old space. We had a 9,000 square foot space. We reduced the size into a space that's every bit as expensive, but has a lot more character and a lot more feel to it, a lot more atmosphere. So a 5,000 square foot space. And
a lot more natural light.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes gym owners want to have a space that's really big. There's something impressive about saying I'm the gym owner with the biggest gym.
Right.
But we have a really nice looking gym now.
It's beautiful. It is.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right. Do you study or read or spend time learning about leadership? Has that ever been a topic of discussion or a passion of yours?
It wasn't previously. I remember I actually went to 321 Go Summit with Clay Weldon, Matt Scanlon, a bunch of other great owners. My mentor, Jamie Gallagher, was there. Really great guy, taught me a lot. He asked everyone, raise your hand if you're a leader. And this was my mentor, and I did not raise my hand. Everyone in the room raised their hand. But I just felt like I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident saying that I was a leader at the time. Like, I didn't earn the right to be a leader. Like, sure, I'm a leader. I own the gym.
Right, you bought into it, right? Yep.
Yeah, but like, cutting a check to buy the gym doesn't make you a leader, does it?
Right.
You
Right.
got to earn that. I hadn't earned it. And he kind of got on me about that. And at that time, that was 2.5 years ago, I wasn't a leader. Like today, I've earned it. Like I can comfortably say, like I can lead my community, I can lead my staff. But yeah, I've done the reading. I've worked with other mentors. Like I understand how I effectively lead. You know, sometimes people lead by telling people what to do, but I understand like what my leadership style is. So yes, I've invested a lot in leadership and learning to be a leader. Like I said, I just signed up for Harvard Business Class online, another leadership program, but kind of looking outside of CrossFit
Right.
and then maybe at peer groups that are in different businesses and learning from them as well. So
Outstanding.
investment of time and money.
Right on. And so have you been able to take those concepts and then in turn develop your staff because of it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of it you probably dismiss. I'm sure you've seen as you read books, you're like, that's just not me. Like, I'm not going to be the guy that leads in this kind of way. It doesn't fit who I am. Like, you're former
Right.
military, you're going to have your own style. Like, I'm a former artist. Like, I'm gonna have my own leadership style. But yes, I have. Some of the things that we do really effectively now is that we have team buy-in on everything. Like, our organizational chart now is no longer me here and here. Our leadership, our organization is
Yep.
circular. Like we all have to agree to this. We all have to buy in. Like my vote might carry more weight, but my team's not going to do it unless we are all part of making that decision
Right.
process. So like us, like maybe a evaluation, like we're going to evaluate our coaches. Well, the coaches need to dictate what they're being evaluated on, like, or else it doesn't make sense to them. So they create their own evaluations and then we would judge them on that, but you set the criteria and that way you're held accountable to that criteria
they've created and you're helping assess them on it.
Exactly.
Awesome. Outstanding. Do you have a guiding principle or a set of maybe guiding values that they were maybe your personal values that you infused into the company, or do you have like a charter that you're operating off of for Crown City?
You know what? We tried that. We tried to have like those 7 pillars, core values, but we don't.
No.
We just operate with delivering a very high customer experience. Like all decisions have to be run through that filter. Like, does this enhance the customer experience or does it not?
Right. So does it detract from it or does it? Yeah, I dig it. I totally dig it.
Like we wanted to have, like we had the things printed on the gym. You came in, you saw the core values, but it was just
a little cheesy.
It was like, no, it's not us, man. It's not who we are.
It works, right? It works for you. It works for your staff. Clearly works for the community, right?
It does. It works now.
So why we start, or at least why I like to try to get kind of a background on these owners and coaches that are, leading and creating teams, is that I believe if we put the work in before this crisis came in, now, and I would believe you're more apt to handle this. So talk me through, like we as in California, we got a chance to see other states go through it a little earlier than us. Did you guys choose to shut down or did you wait until LA County said shut down?
We waited until we were shut down on that Monday at noon when the ordinance came through to shut down.
Okay. So what were you doing or what were you delegating to your staff to do the week before, like in anticipation of this?
We had begun designing the tracks already for the home workout programming. I wouldn't say that we were prepared for the closure. I would like to tell you if we had all these things in place,
right.
But we didn't. What did help us out though is that we are fairly organized and we do have buy-in from the staff. So once we decided, we were able to pivot really quickly.
Good.
That being said, though, we were really hesitant. We knew we had a window where we could be down for 4 or 5 days before we rolled out like online classes because I would rather roll out a well-produced product
than just like crap thrown out.
And just be like quick and be like, oh yeah, here's our garbage class. And we have bad lighting and the resolution isn't good and the program doesn't work. But like we wanted to test, like we brought in studio lighting, like we brought in things so the class looks good, but I wasn't going to roll it out until that stuff happened.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
you do have art background, so your production value needs to be there, right?
we did. Yeah, it was it matters, man. It
Yeah,
matters.
it
Like
sure does. I mean, now to this day, we've seen Orange Theory's variation. We've seen F45's variation, Barry's Boot. I mean, and those are like high quality production at home material. And
yeah,
and then what's the opposite end of the spectrum? You've got a coach with a shaky camera trying to film on Zoom, and that's the product. So you have, and really to your strength, and one of the reasons that you were selected, you seem to have a tremendous amount of variety offered online. Who came up with those?
good question. The coaches did.
Uh,
I came up with the youth program. I just felt like there was a lack of offerings out there for kids. And you're a father. I'm a father. Your 4-month-old, not quite where my 11-year-olds are.
right.
But I have two 11-year-olds. I'm homeschooling. And so my circle group of friends also has 11-year-olds in it as well.
Awesome.
These are kids that are not getting any exercise right now. So sure, there's an altruistic play in here where we're just trying to help parents out. But at the same time, yeah, like we want to build on the back end of this. If we can grow our kids program through this time, or possibly make contact with parents or more parents in our community through offering this kids program, like, let's do it. Like, I'm keeping staff on payroll. Like, I have people working 35 hours a week. Like, I need to find jobs for them, and coaching is what they want to do. So let's roll a program. So we did that. I mean, the weightlifting program we rolled out, I think it's a little odd to think that we're going to be doing online weightlifting. I don't think many affiliates were thinking that. But like, you've gone to a level 1 seminar. Like, you hold a PVC pipe for a whole weekend, and you come home on Sunday night and you're crushed. And we also know, like, guess what? If you can't snatch with a PVC pipe correctly, and you can't
Shouldn't
make
be
that
doing
look
it.
good, then don't pick up a barbell yet. So we have people working at home, PVC pipe, doing weightlifting, and really kind of understanding, like, oh, this is what the third pull is. Like, we're maintaining contact with the bar.
So you're using this as an educational time, not just the training piece.
It's not like, let's just work out. It's like, hey, this is a chance for us to slow down and deep dive into these movements. Like, we can't do this in class because you guys come in to break a sweat, and that's all you want to do sometimes. But now we got your attention. So the weightlifting coach, Javier, like, blew my mind. Like, I didn't come up with the program, and I tuned in just to see what was going to happen. There's a 13-page PowerPoint presentation.
Wow. There's
videos with Greg Everett demonstrating things. And it's like, of course he kept him moving and engaged, but like, he killed it. I couldn't, it was one of those times I couldn't have been more proud of one of my coaches. Like, you just
outstanding. Talk about providing the canvas for him to create on. I mean, it's a massive empowerment situation that you've created and fostered, really.
It's what we hope for all the time. Like, can you be, what do they call that? Like, an entrepreneur? Can you create this own thing within the structure of our business? Like, sure, you do have autonomy within the gym to do your own things and create your own programs. And he's doing it. He's growing his own following, growing the weightlifting program right now while the gym doors are closed.
That's rad. So rad.
Part of it is also, I think people are going to lose engagement too, right? They're going to lose engagement with these classes. So what are you going to do to keep them interested? Like, you better start rolling out new offerings all the time.
I agreed. I couldn't agree with you more. Like, we don't offer, particularly through Push Press, there's not a formal mentorship pipeline, but there's definitely a dialogue with affiliate owners every day on systems and processes and, differentiators and whatever. And it's mind-blowing to me, the amount of coaches that feel that delivering the Zoom content, that's it. Right. So you made a post, I think it was a week ago. You had Mike in cleaning the ceilings, and you were talking about overhauling the gym. And that got me thinking, like, this isn't a vacation for the gym owners. No. This isn't a vacation. Like, if you are not still working, you're missing out. So to that point, then, I'm assuming maybe your clients will also get a chance to watch this, but what are you doing in the gym in the absence of your culture coming in every day? Is there things you're working on? Are you taking this time to improve something?
I mean, the gym's just getting a full overhaul. Like, the people are out. This is a perfect opportunity to like deep clean the entire gym.
Good.
I think that's about it though. We're just cleaning and making it look better, touching up walls, patching this, patching that, just making the gym look great when people come back in the doors.
Yeah, I love it. I totally dig it. That lends to our last really topic is the before, during, and after effect of this. So we talked about you ramping up your staff for the before, kind of during what you've been up to, the differentiators. I mean, because you think about it now, every CrossFit, or at least every micro gym, is offering at-home, Zoom-based video workouts. You're stacking the deck with all your different offerings. You're thinking forward. When this settles down, are you going to have a time frame that if, let's say I'm a member and I'm nervous to come back into your facility, will you maintain some of your online community for like an additional 2 weeks until I'm really comfortable? Or are you just you think you're going to shop at the day the doors can open?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that, man. I would have to, I hadn't even considered that, but it is something to think about. Maybe you tell me, do I need to keep that going? I might need to. Just a brainstorming thing that we've been talking to a bunch of owners with.
We know people are going to be nervous. We know people are going to be uncertain. Sure, they trust us, so they trust you. They trust the coaches. Maybe a week. I don't know. I mean, maybe you keep it going for just a week after the all clear sign is given. Who knows?
I hadn't even considered that. I mean, I guess what we could possibly do is we could potentially live stream the actual class going.
The actual classes, yeah.
And project that. So there's a little bit, and we could probably figure out a way to narrate that and have some direct conversations with it at the same time.
Right.
While we're filming the coach actually lead the class.
That might work.
Give them a chance to see people in the gym.
And then confidence again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, there you go, man. Well, thank you for bringing that up.
Lastly, what I've asked all of the owners for is a message. And simply, we know that there are gym owners that are struggling. We know that they're operating from a space of fear or operating from a space of uncertainty. If you were to pass off a word of advice, or if you were to be able to pass off, I'm not even asking for assurance, what would you leave them with in this time? What would you feel confident saying to them?
I struggle with things like this, and I hate to end it on maybe even a negative note. So
you're all gonna die, right?
Well, no, but I do think that this is a time for self-evaluation. Like, are you in this thing? Like, are you? What I'm seeing is that gyms, 1 week in, 2 weeks in, starting to break and go out of business already. It's like,
isn't that amazing?
I'm sorry, you weren't built to survive month to month, but you were only built to survive week to week.
Wild.
Like, and I had people calling me harsh in the affiliate owners forum. And it's like, look, like this might be a time for self-evaluation, maybe to even re-examine if this career is for you or not, or how you're operating your business. If you decide you come out that this is the thing you're going to do, like it's time to probably take this thing really seriously. So you're built for stuff like this. Like, I know I did some seminars with Jason Khalipa. Like, he was really big on that. I mean, he had issues with his daughter. He needed to be able to break away, take care of her at any moment. His businesses were built to sustain that. Like, did I ever think that I heard him say it, but I wasn't listening, but I was hearing it.
You're like, no, not me.
Yeah, because I don't have any problems, or I'm never going to experience that. But now I know, like, that thing actually happens.
Yep.
So people got to kind of knuckle up, man. Look at yourself in the mirror a little bit. I'm also hearing people, blaming the circumstances, like a lot of victim kind of stuff out there. It's
right.
Like, you gotta look in the mirror right now and think what you could have done better leading into this, and what you're going to do better moving forward.
Agreed. Outstanding.
Yeah, a lot of great owners out there, man. They all want to do the right thing. Like,
agreed. Yeah, man. That's powerful. I'm really glad you sent that message. There's going to be a lot of folks that will resonate with that and take this chance on their off time to really self-reflect. That's huge, man. I appreciate your time. I totally appreciate your insight. It's very telling when affiliate owners, I feel like you're not new, but you're new. Like 4 years is plenty of time. That's plenty of time. And you've made great strides. So by all means, you've earned that title, leader. Ask your coaches, ask your clients, ask the people that they're in love, not just with the brand. I guaranteed it's deeper than the brand. So Man, I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate you having me, man. And yeah, hopefully I'll
Awesome.
see you in real life soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.